Were you even watching my
Right
sniper montages, man? They were insane. What the fuck is this?
Let's see. Yeah, because I could feel your tailbone easier. Before we had to do a lot of work. And the position of your whole entire pelvis has changed.
Yeah.
To make it easier for you to lay down and sit down.
This is a little bit too sus for my taste, my man. I don't think it's doable here. I don't think it's doable, sir.
Making a video game is a lot of work, with some games taking years to make with studios of hundreds of people. The thing is that there's a lot to focus on when making a game. Fun mechanics, stunning art direction, award-winning music, a story that melts your soul from the inside, and much more. So how could you expect someone with no experience to do all of this alone? When I started to make a game, I didn't really know anything. I had coding experience from school, but I had never worked with a game engine before, had never done art, never tried composing music, and never even thought of writing a story. It's been around 8 months since I started, and I can confidently say that making a game starting with no experience is definitely possible. But it's easy to say that with any hobby or skill, well, you can just work on it every day. And yes, you can, but you and I both know it's much more than that. There are 24 hours in a day. Typically, there are 8 for sleep and 8 for work, and there are definite exceptions for both, but there's a high chance that since you're watching this video, you probably have some free time. But no matter the schedule, if you want to make a game or build skills in any side hobby, you're gonna have to do it in your free time. Now that we have our free time, which is probably when you're watching this, we have a new problem.
Not watching it during work, lol.
Let's be for real. How many videos have you watched before this one? How many videos are you gonna watch after this one? How did you even find this video? Whether you like it or not, you're most likely watching this video in your free time, so why not just go make a game right now? It is extremely hard to just go and do it, but why? Here are some excellent excuses I've seen in the past. My theory here is that your brain subconsciously makes these excuses because it wants more dopamine from YouTube or TikTok or whatever. But anyways, let's go over these in a lightning round. Yes, it is. Anything that you want to get better at is, but you need to look at this differently. There was once a guy that said you need to do like 10,000 hours of something to be a master at it, but apparently he was wrong, so who cares? You need to have fun doing it or the result won't be worth the effort. And yes, getting good results from what you make is great since it hits that dopamine that consuming media does, but you can't just go win searching or you'll set yourself up for failure while trying to make a masterpiece on your first try. Talking about making a masterpiece on your first try, it's not going to be a masterpiece whatsoever. I tried this, ignoring the advice of many people to start small. If you try to make your magnum opus first, a couple of things could happen. It sucks and you quit. It doesn't suck, but it's not your magnum opus, so you quit. It is your magnum opus, which is not possible. Or you're so stubborn that you don't stop working on it, changing previous code, remaking art over and over again, in a cycle where you get a little better each time, but you eventually get nowhere. You could probably guess the one I did. And stopping that is a whole nother problem. So please, if you're gonna start small, trust me. But look, the lesson is it's gonna look bad and you need to know that it'll eventually stop looking bad if you just keep going. My code, my art, my music at the beginning, they were all really terrible. And I look back at those times now and I'm blown away by the progress I've made. And it's all just because I kept going. Now,
do you have more ego
how do you keep going
than Pirate Software?
confidence?
I don't know, never watched a single one of his streams.
This is a
But I can tell you that mine is justified because I have 148 cube Mensa certified.
At this garbage I made 8 months ago.
So
somehow that
if there's someone who's supposed to have ego in the world,
you but yourself.
it should be me at least,
right? That's very tough but can help with confidence.
Makes sense, right?
Is showing your work to other people.
If it's someone who's allowed to have an ego, it should be me.
For the art side of things, I started showing off my art right as I started learning. I'd never been someone who drew in a notebook.
Makes sense.
From time to time, nothing.
Rationally.
I literally only knew stick figures. So every single time I drew something, I had to show it to my friends or my mom. And I got a lot of support, which made me way more confident. Looking back though, there's no way they liked it. On the other hand, for music, I shared my first song to one of my more critical friends, and in retrospect, the song was terrible, like no redeeming qualities, and they understandably hated it. But after that, I didn't share any of my music at all. Only a couple of weeks ago did I come back to the same friend and show them my progress. 7 months of isolation with my music and myself alone. I'll go over this in another video, but let's just say this was not the greatest idea. So yeah, share if you can, because only having you to criticize yourself is not a great idea. You don't know where to start? Well, I got the freest options for you. Game engine, Godot. Engine doesn't matter. If you learn how to use one, you can get the hang of others way quicker than starting from scratch. So just start. Art, Krita. I literally don't use 95% of the features, but I bet they would make me way more efficient. Pixel art, spend a day of your life trying to compile a sprite when you could buy it for 2 hours at minimum wage. Don't look at me like that. Music, okay, listen. I have FL Studio. It's expensive. I used to use LMMS, which is free, but not gonna lie, not my favorite, to be honest. Not sure why I didn't go for Reaper, baby. Free 60-day trial, then you can keep using it. Woo! But you should get a license if you can. Now that you have your tools, you just need to do it, and that really is the hardest part, isn't it? What is the difference between motivation and willpower? Well, they're actually very different. Motivation is when you watch something inspirational and are like, whoa, I'm gonna do this. While willpower is when you do it and fail, but keep going. You really need both of these when learning new skills or just getting into a hobby. I had a lot of trouble with willpower at the beginning, especially with music. I was looking up to these amazing OSTs thinking I could make something even close to their greatness, not realizing that they are the culmination of years of skill and talent. I put down music for a while because of how discouraging that was. Now, how did I pick it back up? The key to willpower is understanding why you're here. I realized that I love the process. Making silly songs that low-key bounce, making adorable little guys, and coding interesting game mechanics for fun. I can't bash myself for failing when the process leading up to the result is so much fun. The journey really is better than the destination. Don't get me wrong, the destination is probably amazing, but getting there will be really hard if you hate every step of the process. Did that make you want to start making a game? Probably not, but if it did, that's motivation.
Motivation. Yeah. Doesn't come easy for you youngsters with your ADHDs. Roleth, Strong Profit, Gabden, Gamer PT, Joken, Island, Nintendo Switch, thanks for 7. Free Zone, with 1 year, says Forsen.